Welcome to another live stream on custom screen printing. My name is Wayne and I am your host on the channel today. And this is a logo avatar. This is my logo for my channel, but the videos are going to have a custom screen printing logo on it. So I hope everyone will have, everybody's having a good day today. Hoping everybody will be much joining the stream today. And I hope everyone's doing good today. So hope everyone will come in and join me. Today I know I haven't been doing a live stream on the afternoon for a while. I hope that you will come and join me and then I'm eating my lunch here. Come in and join me in the stream and have a chat. Because it's a Monday afternoon chat, and I'm here to chat with all of you today. Yes, I'm a screen printer. I do screen printing. But when I don't have jobs, I have chats. So I'm having a chat today. It's only normal. If you don't have work, what do? You want to have a chat. And yes, I will talk about my channel this year. And I know I told this many, hey, John Paul, I said this many times that I'm going to be making some baseball caps this year. I will be doing it when the revenue comes in from other jobs I'll be doing for other people. Right now, there's no work right now. It's slow. Unfortunately, that's business. That happens all the time when you run a business. It goes to a slowing period, and then it picks back up. But where I live, the place I live is boring. So that is considered why it's so slow. I had a guy come in my house to deal with me, to talk with me. We had a good conversation. But the guy was acting kind of weird around me, and I didn't feel comfortable with him. So I didn't deal with the guy because he was acting weird. He said he was an ambulance guy. He wasn't. He didn't carry one of those, you know how the EMTs carry those little cards on them to show you that they're EMTs, or they wear like a badge on their shirt. He didn't have that. So he was not an ambulance guy. He was lying to me and I didn't care for it, so I didn't want him back. I got rid of him. So I still got the logo, but if someone comes by that really is an ambulance guy, I'll use it for his shirts. Now, but you can't trust people in business. The way the world is today, and we know very well, Paul, you know what I'm talking about. If people are dealing with you and you don't really know what's going on with them, they act kind of strange around you, normally you won't let them come back into your shop because you don't know who you're dealing with. I don't know. And the guy said he watches my YouTube channel. Now, if you're watching me right now, well, explain yourself what you were up to. Hey, Yak Show Outdoors, how you doing? The magnet fishing guy, right? How you doing, dude? Nice to see you here. But the guy is not going to be all up and honest and trustworthy. You don't want people in your shop if you don't know who the guy is. If the guy's acting kind of radical, he's not like he's acting right to you. You don't know who you're dealing with if you run into people like that. I didn't feel comfortable with the guy, so I didn't deal with him. I told him he gave me a fake email. He gave me a private number. And I had to get the number out of him. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Hey, Mother Hen, how you doing? Sorry about that, Yak Show Outdoors. You're a fishing guy, okay. I'm glad you corrected me. Sorry about that. Apologize. Hey, Mother Hen, what's going on, Mother Hen? How's Tasha? Hey, Stephen, how you doing? Um, so the whole thing is that when you got a customer coming, you got to be, and Stephen knows what I'm talking about. This true crime guy. If you have someone in your house, all right, okay. Um, the guy don't act right around you, you're not going to deal with him. And since that time, I got rid of him. My business slowed down. It was weird. It slowed my business to a crawl, and I don't know why it did that, but it did it, and it ticked me off because I don't know who the guy was. I don't know if he was a big nacho guy or what he was. He wouldn't. I don't know. And I didn't deal with him because I thought he might be a law enforcement because the police are kind of sneaky around my city. I don't trust him with the. Well, I wouldn't give them a second look to the Brockton police. But I don't have nothing. I don't got no bad thing about me. I just didn't feel comfortable with this guy. It was kind of odd, and I didn't feel comfortable with him. So I didn't let him come in. He came in once, and he started acting radical, looking around, and it kind of made me feel uncomfortable. And so I just didn't feel like to actually let him back in my house again. So that was the end of him. And then my business slowed down. So I don't understand why it did, but it did. I don't know what that was about, but I don't even know who the guy was, to be honest with you. I mean, I couldn't tell you. Um, he wasn't an ambulance guy. I know that. It was not an ambulance guy. I don't know who the guy was. He did. You know how EMTs carry their identification? Sometimes they carry a little, what do you call it? They pin a thing to their shirt showing they're an EMT. Just the guy didn't have anything on him to show you was an EMT. Okay. So how you doing today, Mother Hen? So if you don't have Mother Hen, I know. Do you have a channel, Mother Hen? I don't know if you do or not. But this is Tasha Arts and Adventure with Tasha's mom, a real nice person, and a proud grandmother, was it a great grandmother? I don't know what you call great grandmother. But anyway, Tasha's daughter has a very beautiful, beautiful baby. I mean, so cute. And I know that Tasha's happy and the mother hen's happy and everything. Of course, they should be. It's nice to have a little. Okay, she is a great grandmother, but she is happy, and they're all excited to have that kid, and I think he's adorable myself. You know, he is so beautiful, that kid. He really is. And I like kids anyway, but I don't got no kids of my own yet. But who knows what the future beholds? But um, but we have a good stream today. So sometimes I share with everybody what is going on, and my T-shirt YouTube channel is a T-shirt printing channel to show people how to print shirts or how to do. It's a lot of different things out in the silk screening world that is really not talked about. You can actually make shirts by stencil and hand painting them too, or you can get vinyl stickers to put on shirts. This YouTube channel is about what it's about. I name it custom screen printing because it's what it is. And I throw it in my conversation on this channel to let people know it is what it is. And I talk about random stuff on here too. So we can talk about anything. All right, let me ask you, let's see. Can I do that? All right, Yakshore Outdoors. Let me focus on you a bit, okay? let me concentrate on what your channel is about. Now, you're a fisherman, right? Are you still here? Um, all right. I'd like to know more about your channel, okay? Now, do you ever go up on the panel to talk about your channel? Do you ever do that? I do. I usually let people up and we talk about your YouTube channel. I don't know you too well, but I know you're a good channel. I heard about you from Squirrel and everything. So if you like to come up, yes, I'll let you do that. Let me give you a link and we will talk about your good old channel. That's what my channel is about. I let people get to know you. That's the link. People can get to know you on here. Okay. I like to know you a little bit myself. I don't know you that well, but I know you're a good channel. I've seen you around. Squirrel talks about you a lot, saying all good things about you. So when you're on here, and I know that I like to see you on here more often, you know, and when you come up, we'll talk about your channel. It'll always mostly about you. I'll ask you questions about your channel. And if you got things to show off on your channel, like anything like catches that you did on your any pictures of your catches, the fish you caught or something, you can show it on here. And you can actually show people on here what you did. This is about random chat on here, yes, and everything. So I do print t-shirts, but I also interview people that come in here. So we got a random chat going today. And it doesn't, you know. Okay. So anyway, folks, we're going to have someone up here, Yakshore Outdoors. Now, this is a new guy in here. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does on his channel. I love talking to other YouTubers, and I love interviewing people when they have interesting things to talk about when it comes to fishing. And please, everybody, stay in the chat and listen to what this man's got to say, because this is going to be pretty interesting. I have a lot of fishing people on my channel which I don't go to because I don't know when they're on, but I have to start paying attention to my notifications. You know, but we have to get involved. I have to get involved more with watching other channels. I got to, because it helps you grow your channel better. And I have to get into more business and more channels. I have to start getting involved more, and I have to start, you know, doing what I used to do, getting involved and giving thumbs up and talking to them. And if they had a stream, I'd go up on it. But not many people have a live stream when they're fishing, or you know, some people do, or some people don't, but vice versa. So we'll wait for 5 minutes, and we'll wait for him to show up here, and we'll talk about his channel. I'm wearing my different glasses today because my other ones need to be repaired, but these are still new as well. And they help me see better on here, and I don't have no problem seeing with these. I did my coffee to wake me up today because I'm a little, not tired, but lazy tired. Fifty Fabulous, Lynn, her name is. She has a great channel. She's a wonderful Christian woman. She makes sense when she talks. And I'm going to put some of her videos on my worship channel that people can hear her preaching. She said she's not a preacher, but if you know your Bible real well, you're a preacher. Okay? I want to put that across about her channel. I know I said don't talk religion in my channel. I want to get rid of that. I don't want politics in here. That's what I should have said. I'll get Tasha to remove that word. I don't talk about religion. I'll say do not talk about politics on my channel. I'll say, because politics is not what I like to hear. I don't vote anyway. I'm sick of them. I'm not talking about politics. We'll talk about what is important. Our channels, okay? My channel, your channel, you name it. But I'm just an ordinary YouTuber, and I don't have stickers to give out to people. I don't have them right now. But I like to do a swap when I do have them. When I do have them, I'll swap with other people that didn't give me one because I don't get them. I don't have stickers right now. But people don't give them to me because I guess they probably don't think, they never asked me, but, But it's all right, though. Don't matter. It doesn't matter to me if I don't get them or not, but, if I make my own, then I will swap with everybody. If people interact with me. But anyway, now we have a 0 up there. That's I don't know if the Wi-Fi is going nuts on people, or I don't know what's going on, but we will wait here, and when the guy's ready to come up, he can come up when he's ready. No hurry. But anyway, like I said, I know a lot of people are interested in me making baseball caps for them, and I am going to do it. And I told you, when I get a job, make the money from a job printing shirts, I will purchase those items. The baseball caps are going to be first, beanies are going to be second. So we can relax about the beanie situation. But now, if people wanted their logos, that's like the shirt, I will use a sublimation patch on a baseball cap that you can have the original logo. Here he is. Okay, here's it, man.
Hey, hey.
So welcome to the stream.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my name is Anthony. I'm with Yakshire Outdoors. I'm married. I got a wife. I have a 2.5-year-old.
Okay.
We like fishing. It is what it is. And I've been fishing since I was either 4 or 6.
Oh, really? That long ago?
Yeah. So looking at roughly 28 years of fishing experience / knowledge. I've always enjoyed it. And when I first got into it, the big thing was just go out there and enjoy it. And then I had people start asking me, hey, how are you catching these fish? Well, then enough people asked, is like, well, maybe I should make a YouTube channel and just talk about it. It started off as just stuff on Facebook. I'd make a post and kind of explain what I did and whatnot. And then my wife bought me a GoPro for Christmas one year, and here I am. Now I got 3 GoPro cameras and a kayak, and
that's cool.
All that good stuff. And now she goes fishing with me too. And then for a while there, I was fishing nonstop and recording and just putting these trips up, which you can learn a lot just from looking at somebody, watch somebody fish, but it's much easier when you can ask questions and have things explained more. So I ended up starting doing a podcast. It's every other Saturday, various topics of fishing. It's actually been revamped. I'm only on like this coming weekend will be the 4th episode of the new format.
So what's a podcast? Explain that. What's that? So
a podcast in the classic sense is literally just, it's more of a radio show. It's just all audio typically. What we do is technically a video podcast where I'm up on screen. I have a couple of friends of mine who have their own channels that are on screen, and we just have a discussion. We take questions from people in chat and whatnot, but we just discuss the topics. And it's just to put the information out there. The idea is that anything that we struggled with, we can cut down the learning curve for somebody else. That's the goal.
Right. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah. And it's fun. We're not huge. I'm just under 600 subscribers. I think we average like 20 people in a stream, but it's still fun. And people still,
you only have 600 subscribers. That's all you have?
Yeah.
We gotta get you up to a 1K.
I'm working on it. I back on January 1st, I had 396 on January 1st, and I was like, I'm gonna make a push this year.
I have a friend that can help you get up to 1K if you want to get up there. I have a friend that can help.
I'm always down for moving up in the world. Like I said, I've made a push. I went from 400, right under 400, to almost 700 now.
You ever heard of Project with Paul?
I'm sorry. Say it again.
Project with Paul.
No, I have not.
I helped him get up to his 1K. He hit 1K.
Awesome. That's cool.
Now I have a friend named Didi Asillo. He's a Filipino. Hey, 21SC, welcome to the stream. He helps people hit their 1K. They can reach their 1K and gets them up there. And I helped Tasha, Archer, eventually. You heard her, right? You know.
Yep.
Well,
I know Tasha.
I got her up to 1K. I got Pullman's Homestead up to 1K. And I got Project with Paul up to 1K. And, you know, people that needed to get up to 1K, this guy can help you out. He helped me out.
Sure.
Because the way my situation was, I wasn't reaching 1K because when I first joined YouTube, and I was on here a while, 2013 I was on here, and that's when YouTube was pretty bad, you know.
Yeah.
I had more enemies than I had friends on here when I first showed up. They weren't nice at all.
Oh, come on, everybody's nice to Wayne.
Not now, they are now, but before, they weren't before. They were really bad.
That's fair.
But I think after a while it all changed because it all died out. Thank God it did. But what I'm doing now is I do screen printing, as you can see. I do screen printing. But I don't see. Everybody says, "Oh, I got my own equipment. I paid thousands of dollars with it," but not necessarily you don't have to pay that much for it. I did my own press. I built them myself. Everything I have in my shop is homemade.
Nice.
I have baseball cap presses homemade. I got a 4-color press that's homemade. And I have also the awesomest t-shirt heating machines that you could ever imagine.
When you say heating machine, you're referring to the dryer, or you talk about the actual
No, I'll show you. I'll go get it, all right? Hold on.
Yeah, sure.
I'll go. And this is, you can sit them on the press when you're doing the shirts. You don't have to take the shirts off. I'll be right back.
That's nice. Hello, 21SC and the Porch Man, sorry. Hope you guys are doing good. Fairly new to Wayne's channel. I pop in every once in a while. He's a good dude. I enjoy listening to him and the people and discussions he has. He, like you said, it truly is random, but it's good, wholehearted conversation.
Just the heating press I'm preferring to. This is a heating press I'm preferring to.
Does it work like an iron, or does it actually just sit on?
This is an electronic press that you can put up to 400 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
And what you do is you sit it on the t-shirt and on the press and you silk screen them.
Yeah.
I put the tracer paper on top of the shirt and I just let the thing run to heat it up. And it heats up the shirts and dry and cures them.
That's awesome. Well, the fact that you could do it that fast and be able to not have to take it off the machine is nice too. I have another friend. He also has a YouTube channel too, but he's been doing it a lot longer than I have. He has a small screen printing shop too. He has a t-shirt machine, but he does logos and graphics and stuff too. But I've helped him at his shop, so I have a vague idea of what you're talking about at least. Yeah.
Baseball cap. Baseball cap.
Well, and you said you homemade your machine, so the nice thing about that, at least you actually know how they come apart and go together, so if something breaks, you can fix it.
I can bring the machine right in and show you. Want to see it?
Sure.
You go get it. It's a portable. I can bring it to a flea market and print hats.
Oh, nice.
I don't know where my patient went though. I guess I'm hoping to lose that. I dropped it somewhere.
Y'all have to excuse me for a second, get a drink of water quick.
This is my hat press. This is pretty heavy.
It looks pretty heavy. It looks pretty heavy.
It is heavy. But, as you can see,
so the bill they have, I'm assuming that flap, the bill goes under that, and the top of the hat where you're printing actually goes through the hole there. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it's even different than I thought. I got you.
it's like a t-shirt press.
Yeah.
And when you have this on the press, the heat thing goes on top and cures the hat.
That way it's good to go, and you can, like you said, do it at the flea market. Just give it to them as soon as they're done.
Yep.
That's cool.
I drew this out. Drew this out 24 years ago.
And it's still running just like it did then, right?
I didn't build it at the time. It was drew a blueprint out.
Ah, okay. Gotcha.
And I drew it out, and I waited a while because the parts that I didn't know about is the ones I showed you with the Hamlin on top.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I printed 21 SC shirts. Well, I did them more than once. Now what the whole problem is, this thing here that holds the hat in place. Let me show you. I'll put your webcam over to it. See how this shows a hat, like this thing?
Yeah.
I bought that from a guy in Milwaukee, Georgia. And it cost me money to ship that time, and it wasn't cheap.
Uh-huh.
He made that. Homemade made him on his YouTube channel. Michael Carmichael's his name. He made his own hats. But
Nice.
the thing he showed on his channel, I wouldn't recommend anyone to do what he did. That was really, really bad.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying bad things about the guy, but what he turned around and did, he was trying to build a small picture frame. You know, you put a photo in,
Uh-huh.
and he's telling people, oh, try it this method. It'll work. I tried it, man. I couldn't do nothing with it. I said, I ain't doing his way. Forget it. I dropped this way. I so quick. I said, the hell with it. I had this press halfway built when I was seeing him do his, and I said, no, I'm doing it my way. And I built, I even built the screen. I made the screen, but I went with it too. Hey, Jonathan. So this heat press. Now this other one I bought this from. Now I wouldn't recommend anybody deal with that website. I'll tell you where I bought this from. This is from Temu. Ever heard that website?
I have. I've bought stuff from them.
Oh, they bad though. Now here's what they do. Buy this machine, and then they have to make you buy 10 for 10. They jack up the prices. They make you pay more money.
You just got to work it right. I've bought some headlamps and a vacuum sealer for when I catch bait to put in the freezer, and the vacuum sealer bags. I got all of it for, I think I paid $25 total.
And then I've had
zero problems with it.
Then I tried to order another one of these. He jacked the price up so high to me, he wouldn't let me have another one. He was trying to sell it for like very cheap, and he says, "Oh, you have to pay more money to get that thing." I said, "The hell with you! I'm not dealing with you anymore." So
I don't blame you.
I try to get the hat press over there. He's trying to charge me $50 for it. The hat press like this, and I went on another website by the name of HTVRONT, and this is from them. I paid like $40 for it, and they shipped it right to my house. I tried this out. It has 3 different settings on it. And I wouldn't deal with them again. This place here, this heat press is good. You know how the ones that people make, what do they call it? Scales, you know, weigh meat and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Cash registers. That's what this Easy Count is. That's who makes all the cash registers and weight meat scales for the meat and weighing them. This is a good company. But how they deal with you, that Temu, I had enough of their bullshit. I don't know. I never deal with them again. I told them no, so I never deal with you again.
I got
Because
you.
you're very shady people. You know,
No,
some
just
people deal with them, but me, they just shady dealings with me. I didn't like them.
it. Like I said, I've ordered from stuff from them twice. I haven't had any issues personally. But yes, the ads and the games, they all get really annoying really quick, for sure. But like you said, there's some good brand stuff on there. Like fishing gear wise, I cannot pronounce this right. If anybody's in here and knows what I'm talking about, and I butcher it, I apologize. It's spelled Sougaylang. I say Sugaylang because I think that's how it's pronounced. I don't know. It's obviously some other not English, right? But I've used their fishing reels for years, and I've had zero problems with them. And I continue to buy their fishing reels because for the price, especially for a bait runner reel that has the little switch in the back, they have two different drags, one for when you're waiting for a bite and one for when you're actually fighting the fish. I mean, a lot of other companies, you're looking at $40 minimum. I can get one from them, $25, and it works just fine.
Yeah, but this company here sells mug presses. They sell big heat presses, and they'll make you pay 10 for 10 to get the products. They sell them for what they're selling them for, and they have a mug press on there and all this other stuff. He asked you to drop your link, 21SD.
Give me a second. I will do that.
Okay, he'll drop it to you. So that's where I buy my equipment from them now, because I don't deal with Temu anymore. Because they got a lot more that Temu don't have. They got a lot of heat presses on there, like mug presses, make your own cups, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'll be getting more stuff from them later as I make the revenue for the business. So I bought these two. My brother got me this from them, but I bought this myself, and I got a job from a contractor and paid for that small mug, that small hat for a heat press.
What if you don't mind me asking, what got you into the printing press business exactly? Like what got you started?
I can't remember. Well, I don't really know. I guess that I remember one time art teacher in school way back, and he had this tool for what do you call punks that are getting in trouble,
Yeah.
That was one of them. But unfortunately, this lady, this art teacher, one day she says, he did drop your link. He's right there. He's above you. He's already dropped it.
I'm not a mod on your channel, so it may not be clickable.
Let me see. I don't know how to drop the link. Let me get it over here. Let me get it first. Hold on.
Well, here, do you know where the private chat is on StreamYard?
Yeah, anyway, let me get it here. Hold on for a minute. I'll get it from this area.
That works too, either way. However you want to do it.
Let's see. Yeah, I know where it is. Sure. You can put it in the private chat and get it already. Okay.
Yeah, that way you can copy it and paste it or whatever.
Okay, got it. That's pretty easy for me to do. All right, here's 21SC. Here's his link. Here's his link. Yeah, I got that. Now, I got a picture that the lady painted, and you want to see that picture?
Sure.
When I was young, I had all this hair. I'll go get it. I'll be right back. If I can find it. So, if I can find it.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it, man.
Let's see what's in here. Oh, here I am. Oh, this picture falling apart. This picture's dying. You gotta be careful of this thing. This is really delicate. I mean, this is really falling apart. Oh my God. This is the picture she painted. This is me when I used to have that little golf cap.
Yeah.
She painted that at me.
Very nice. Like you said, you definitely had a little more hair.
And her name was Helen. She painted that of me when I was in that school. And she said, "You mind if I drew paint you?" I said, "No, go ahead." And that was me when I was younger. I had that golf cap on with the blue shirt.
You look like a troublemaker.
And they said to me, "Oh, let me paint you." And I said, "Sure." I said, "She's showing the title about the silk screen, but the ink's no time that she had. She didn't really show anything how to do it,
Yeah.
but I did have interest in it way before I heard it from her. I heard some people doing it. I was on. I don't remember how I got into that. I really don't know how to tell you, but I think the good Lord got me into it. I think I don't even have any answers how I got it into myself. I just I don't know. I just seen things. Seen people do it, so I figured. I had a nephew that did it, and he did a business, and he used to draw his own shirts, his own pictures on shirts, and he used to silk screen, but his friend conned him out of his machine. I guess I heard, but yeah, I got into it. I learned it pretty quick. I didn't have no trouble learning how to do it, but this is going to be a tough one. This hat press. I never printed ball cap. I did print the ball cap that's inside here, but that's a cheap ball cap. That's horrible. You get what you pay for when you pay for junk.
That's fair. But you gotta start somewhere though,
But I wanted to show people I actually didn't. But I know something about it. I read about this guy. I don't know if you ever met. Let me see if that book. Get this book down. This book here. Where the hell is it? Where did I put that book? I bought this book. Where did I put that book? I don't know where the hell I put it. It's in here somewhere. Oh, it's not that one. That's odd. What's in here? Stuffed in here. This book's falling apart. I read this so many times. It's this book. How to print T-shirts for fun and profit. See it?
Yep, I see it.
The guy whose name was Fresner, and I had a conversation with him on the phone about this book. We had an hour conversation. I think he lives in Atlanta, Georgia, or somewhere down south.
Okay.
He published this book, and he said a lot of stuff that's in. He even shows you how to build your own T-shirt printing press. But he said it's only for use. You can't sell the blueprint because it's copyrighted, but you're allowed to use it. Now, the whole thing is that when this guy put it in this book, he had a weird way of explaining how to print shirts, and I had to reach out to a friend of mine. I didn't understand what he was talking about. So I called another silk screener up. When you're in this business, you made a lot of friends. You can talk to everybody, and they tell you ideas.
Yeah.
In this book, he says you have to have a stencil to stick onto the emulsion. And I said, what intonation is he talking about? He said you have to have 700 milli. What was that word? Let me see. This book's falling apart on me too. I read this so much. Pages are falling out of it.
21 SCA in Comiac. Most people that know me Comiac. And yes, I actually live in Chattanooga, Tennessee. So
700 microns. And this is the stencil film.
Microns are tiny.
Yeah. So I talked to the guy, and we were talking. He says, that's emulsion, you don't want to use that. And I said, what do you mean? You have to coat the screen with emulsion and stick the stencil film to the screen. It's an emulsion. And I said, you guys, he said, no. I said, I ain't using that. I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't want you to use it. It expires too quickly. The guy was telling me.
Okay.
And I was saying, wow, So I know I didn't bother. I have my own ideas what I'm going to be doing anyway. I come up with ideas like that. It's how good I am at this stuff. But I pick up things really quick and I print them. I'm just the kind of guy that learns everything. I teach myself, and I learn quick. And
well, learning quick is definitely a good skill. I'm actually a machinist for my day job, and so I deal with measurements a lot. So yeah, that's how I know the microns are so small. Yeah, we deal with the 4th and 5th decimal place on a regular basis when it comes to finishes on parts and stuff.
yeah. But this thing here, I drew this out. I had in mind to have it like a T. See, I wanted everything to be like my 4-color press in my studio. I wanted to have the hat press the same way. And I drew this out, the box to it. But I couldn't figure out what I wanted to put in what was going to make this hat thing work. 'Cause I never owned a hat press before, so I didn't know, But I'm going to build my own now once I see what it looked like. And this is made out of pine wood, cheap wood. And I paid a lot of money to get that shipped. It was made out of pine wood, cheap pine wood.
I mean, now that you have it, you can make a stencil of it and make another
I
one.
already did. I already made part of the. I drew it out. My brother-in-law cut the wood. He has a saw, so he made part of it for me, and then I'll make the rest of myself. But I gotta get a nail gun.
What are you making the new one out of?
Wood.
Well, right. I'm sorry. I meant like, it's not pine. What wood are you using?
Probably regular. I don't know what kind of wood that is. He made it out of.
Just like lumber wood.
I think it was probably weather treated. I think I'm not sure what he made the plate out of.
Okay.
But anything strong wood, if I can get the oak wood to use for the rest of the bottom of it, I will. And
I got you.
But this here, let's see, I'll put that over there. We'll go in that picture. But this here, that plate was made out of laminated floor wood.
Okay.
Out of the wood that you made laminate floors out of.
Yeah.
I used a heat gun and a knife to cut that. My brother-in-law was amazed. He was fascinated by that. He said, "How'd you cut that?" I said, "A heat gun and a knife." And he said,
slowly and carefully.
Yeah, he said, "You're kidding me." I said, "No, a heat gun and a knife." He said, "That's fascinating." I said, "I know." And then I cut another one and I doubled it. And I doubled the whole thing, and now it's easy to do this, but it's not gonna be hard to print. I did a sample hat of it already, but that hat was cheap. I used a heat gun on this. I didn't have a press lately when I first did this, and it burnt the hat, killed it. Almost lit it on fire. But now I have a heat press, and that's what this plate's for. See how it holds it up? See how it holds it up?
Yeah. So you can try to press under it?
Yeah, you hold up the cap plate, holds up the press.
Yeah.
That's how they do it. And then this is the laminated floor part for the floors.
Yeah.
I wanted something real strong, and this is the strongest stuff that mice can't cut through that wood, that floor stuff. They can't cut through it. You didn't know that, right?
I didn't, but it makes sense. I mean, I don't work with wood a lot, so I know the basics of it, and that's about it. Oops, sorry.
But this press is all homemade, and everybody says, I told a friend of mine, right? And I said, I made my own press, and the guy says, you're joking, right? I said, no, I ain't joking. I showed him it, and I said, this is a 4-color press. The guy says, how did you build it? I said, you can buy that book and use his method, because I didn't use his method because his t-shirt press was too big for my room. I couldn't build that thing. It was too big.
Right.
It was too wide. I couldn't do it. And I said, so I come up with my own measurements, and I drew out the press. I had it drawn out before I bought that book. And I drew it out, and I built it with the saws, and I didn't have a nail gun. Then I had to rebuild it when I did have a nail gun, but it wasn't long enough. So I had to use screws, and it was ruining the boards on it. I did have a nail gun. It was big nails with it. I bought a used one, and whoever sold it to me burnt it. He was using it till he killed it. And something was wrong with that heat gun. I mean, that nail gun. And I got one still. A guy never hardly used it. And I got a staple gun, brand new. It's rechargeable. But nail guns are very delicate items. If you abuse them, they die.
I'd say I used an industrial one we did a shiplap wall in my daughter's room.
Yeah.
And I had to use one for that because it wasn't the tongue and groove board, so we used the flat planks. So we had to, nail every corner of it basically, plus some in the middle.
Yeah, they got an arrow nail gun I want to get because they have all the size nails they make, and they're huge ones.
Yeah.
And I bought one on Macari. Don't bother buy anything on there. They are really bad because I bought the one. I bought two of them on there. They were bought from them, and they both burnt out. So something was wrong with them. And I never bought another one again from them. If I need to buy a nail gun, it's going to be from Amazon, not from them.
I got you. Porch Man, take it easy. 21SC, take it easy. Thanks. Nice meeting you guys.
Yeah, take care, Porch Man, and take care, 21SC. Hope you have a good day, both of you. So, what kind of, how big fish did you catch? Anything? And
so like I said, I fish for everything. I don't do just one species. I know some people do only catfish or only bass. So I kind of have I maintain a record book of every species I catch. But the absolute biggest I ever caught was 35 pounds. It was a blue catfish I caught last summer.
Do you have any photos of your catch?
I don't know if I have any photos of it. I do have a clip of it somewhere. Let me see if I can find it.
It would help your channel if you made pictures of your catches and show your skill off. That will help your channel grow more too.
I'm sure. But
you do have videos about it, right, on your channel, right?
I do what?
You do have videos on your channel about it.
Right? Yes, sir. I got 200 something videos on the channel.
So you show what you caught, right?
Typically, yeah. I do a lot of shorts as well. Like I said, I do a lot of informative stuff, but there is catches mixed in that as well.
Oh,
because like you said, if I'm gonna talk the talk, I gotta be able to prove that what I'm saying works, right? So that's the thought process anyway. I may actually not have a clip of that one. I caught it during a tournament, so it may have been on the it was a online tournament set up with StreamYard. So I may have to find that live stream and see if I can find it that way.
Okay. But what's the biggest one you ever caught?
I'm saying that was the biggest one, 35 pounds on the blue catfish. And then I have flathead catfish is 24 pounds.
Oh, okay.
Common carp is 26.5 pounds. Largemouth bass. I actually caught a new record for me Saturday. It was a little over 6 pounds. Largemouth bass. And then like I said, I don't have anything crazy huge. I'm not, I know people out there with, hundreds of pounds on their record, but I work for a living, so I don't get to fish as much as I would like. And then I got the wife and the kiddo too, so
you don't want to quit your day job for fishing. No way. You keep doing what you're doing.
That's the plan. That is the plan.
And you ever heard of what other channels do you know about fishing? What other channels do you socialize with?
So Squirrels Magnet Fishing, you know him. I'm pretty sure you know Lloydies.
Yes, I know him.
And then I know Skipjack Cindy, Bobcat Outdoors, 2 Stands Fishing, 3 Stands, or Stand 3 rather. Team Snagging Whisters, Dustin, Team Snagging Whisters, Sean. Those guys I actually know, and then I know Pontoon Jody. Obviously I know Tasha. She doesn't fish as much, but she fishes occasionally.
How about Jody's catfish? You know her?
Jody catfishing? Yeah, I know her.
All right. How about Greenwell Fishing channel?
Yep, Mike Greenwell. Yep, I know him.
Okay.
I'm supposed to go fishing with him at some point, but he lives in Ohio and I live in Tennessee. So
and Hog Legs too. You know him too, right?
Who?
Hog Legs.
Yeah. I'm watching his stream pretty much every day because he starts right when I clock in for work.
Oh.
So I usually have him pulled up for at least a little bit until it gets too noisy in the shop.
Oh, okay.
So yep, and then I know all those. I know that crew. I guess I should say because they're kind of all together all the time. You know, Melissa, his wife, and
Yeah.
I know Zach from Catfish Viking. I know Curtis, which is Hog Lake's co-host. I also know Telly and Chris from Hooks and Hammocks.
You knew JP, right? The one that
I did know KP. I was fortunate enough to actually meet him in person last year before he got sick. So I had that opportunity to meet him. And then I also know downtown Ernie Brown and uptown Chrissy Brown. And I could name people nonstop for forever if I had to think hard enough. Like I said, I've met a lot of people in this business. And I started out, the reason I got into it hardcore, my buddy Bob, I was fishing with him, and my wife had bought that GoPro, and I had started trying to film stuff, but I filmed things, but I was too shy to talk to the camera on a regular basis, right? So by filming that stuff, he started filming stuff. Well, then him and I started getting into it at the same time, but he was fishing, 6 times a week, and I might be able to go once. And then my daughter was born, and long story short of my daughter, she was born early and ended up in the NICU for like 4 months. So I pretty much dropped fishing for a little while until she came home and was settled down and whatnot. And in that time, my buddy Bob got way ahead of me, so I ended up meeting a lot of people through him at that point.
Okay, I know some guy named John. John has a funny last name against the O.
John Euler.
Yeah, I had to help him with a ghost in his house and everything. So that's another gift I have too.
He's a good dude. Him and John Parker and Danny Stone and Rustic Outdoors. I don't know if you know.
I know Rustic.
Yep, and then all that good stuff. Hey, I'm sorry, my wife's calling me. Can I get back up here in a minute?
Sure.
Cool. I'll see you in a few.
Okay. So anyway, folks, we are going to continue to go on. We're not getting off so soon, so everybody stay put in the stream and everything. I know I don't usually do an afternoon stream, but I did today. Hey Beverly, welcome to the stream. How's her mother doing? She doing all right now? She well? So so I just like to do a lot of chatting on here when I don't do shirts and stuff. That's good, Beverly. I'm glad to hear that. So I just enjoy interacting with people, and I enjoy doing what I'm doing and putting my pressures up here. Okay. I have all kinds of what do you call it? All kinds of hobbies I got. Everything. But the t-shirts are my main passion I have to do is the t-shirts. That's my main thing I want to do for a business. And now I got this hat press I built. So I also got a heat press for hats too. This is when I was putting this is my baseball cap heat press where it heats the hats up and make the good little hats. And I don't go out and get a person making them for me. I do them myself. Not like some people that are cahoots with YouTube do it, but so to my heat press here. I can show you my hat press. It's my hat press, homemade hat press. This is where the baseball cap goes in here, and it and what it does is this goes down and prints the hats. And this is a machine I built, like a t-shirt. And so I'll be right back, folks. Picture back in that photo. All right. So we're having a good old live stream today. I hope everyone's doing well. We are here to show the press off, and I'll be right back, folks. Don't anyone go away. Stay put. I'll be right back. Heat press on this. Okay. Now, oops. Sorry about that. Clumsy with me again. All right, I'm going to show you. Put this heat press. I'm going to put the camera down here. The plate here. And the plate goes down on this hat, and the cat, and then also the screen goes down here, and it prints the hat on. It prints the logo on the hat. So this is what it does, and also the heat press itself goes down on the hat like this, and cures the logo on the hat. So this is what it does. So this is what it happens to do when you're doing hats. You have to be a rocket scientist to know how to do this. And unfortunately, well, it's best to go to someone that's not going to use a middleman. It's good to be using a person that's not going to use a middleman for the heat press, because I don't use a middleman when I do it. Stupid webcam. I'm trying to keep my webcam from falling down here. But using a heat press, and if you're a skilled t-shirt guy like I am, I don't use a middleman to do my jobs for me. I do it all myself right then in the shop. And you don't have to take the hat off the press to cure the hat. You take the heat press and lay it on the hat, and then you heat it up, and your logo on the heat press, if it's a vinyl patch or plastic inch, you can cure them on the heat press without removing the items. So that makes it more worthwhile. So like I said, other people go around taking extreme measures. They have a middle person make the hats for them, then they charge you more money. Me, not so much. I just make them in the shop, charge one price, and that's it. And whatever you want to sell your baseball caps for later, it's up to you, not up to me. See? So that's the whole thing of how doing a t-shirt press, a business. And that's what you do. Now my webcam will stay on my monitor. I'll be all right. And okay, here he is. He's back. Welcome back.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
There's nothing wrong with that. No problem.
So what I miss?
Nothing much.
I got you. Yeah, no. For all of you hanging out here, if you got kids and it comes to daycare, make sure you shop around. That's all I can say.
Oh yes, very much.
We've been through a couple different daycares at this point. My daughter, I guess I can go into. You want me to go into that story about my daughter, so you guys kind of know what's going on?
Sure.
Right. So she was born at 23 weeks and 3 days, as opposed to the full gestation of 36 weeks or whatever. So
yeah.
So she was born like 4 months early. She would weigh 1 pound 4 ounces.
Wow.
She's got a feeding tube in her stomach now, but that feeding tube is part of the problem when it comes to daycare because they don't have to feed her with it while she's there. She's at daycare. She can eat regular food. We have to feed her at night extra calories or whatever. So
okay.
But certain places don't want to keep an extra eye on her for other kids, trying to pull that tube out and everything. So, and she's at the stage where she's crawling and walking and wrestling with kids and stuff like that. And so, yeah, there's been some issues with other kids messing with it and stuff like that.
Oh.
And then on top of that, because of that, we've had one place try to charge us extra money, which I don't know how the laws work, but it didn't seem ethical to me. Then another place that flat out rejected. She was there. We had her in there for like a week, and they flat out told us that we couldn't keep her there anymore, which I'm not sure how that works. I'm not even sure that's legal. To be honest with you, I'm not sure because it's like medical discrimination, but it's whatever. But she's 2.5. She's 23 pounds now. She's almost walking. So she's playing catch up. She's getting there. She still can't talk very well, but she can communicate with baby sign language and stuff like that. So she's cute as a button. She's in some of my videos. But yeah, so daycare's a pain. We're going to another one tomorrow to interview for there and see how that works because the one that we're currently at, the people that were helping us keep an extra eye on or whatnot, one of them got fired, and so because of that, there's nobody there my wife really can talk to about anything. So,
I know that this country is mostly about discriminating against people, the U.S. Now, here's the story why you asked me why I got into this stuff, right?
Sure.
The reason why I got into this stuff, I had a how you would say that, disability. You know what anxiety is, right?
Yes.
I have that problem. When I was a kid, I had that problem, and no one wanted to hire me in the workplace. It's always dangerous.
Okay.
And it's pretty stupid. So one day I said, I'm going to figure out something I can do for myself, and this is what I'm doing.
Well, there
So
you
I've been
go.
doing this for 24 years now. I've been doing this.
I'm glad you're able to figure out the answer. So you can let me know.
And then I want to show people because I'm going to get, if I get this business growing where I want to do, I'll hire more people that have that problem and stick it to the retailers and say, hey, you were stupid enough to ignore this, but look at where it gets you nowhere. And a lot of the business that did it are out of business now.
Right.
They're gone. So maybe they'll do it to other people too, that not only me. So
that's awesome, man.
So I just, but just don't buy cheap baseball caps. Just. All right, here's the story about this hat. This hat's made out of like one of those burlap, like one of those tote bag things.
Yeah.
And I asked the company, do you sell? This is a bad mistake. And I went to them, and so they said they didn't answer my emails, right? So they said, oh, if you want to ship those caps, you have to have a stocking fee. I said, you know something you can do with that stocking fee? He said, what? And I ain't gonna say on here what I told him.
Yeah.
And I told him I'll rip all these hats up and throw them in the garbage. That's what they are, and that's what your company is too. Your company's garbage. You sell garbage, and the hats are garbage. So I threw them all away. I threw dozens of them away.
And sometimes it's like that. You just gotta wait.
Well, I paid shit for them. I got shit, and I paid for shit. I got what I paid for.
It's part of it. It's like some of these fishing lures behind me. Some of them are great. Some of them are not. The ones that are not, I keep just for display, just because they look nice. But that's about it.
And I got a vendor that sells the good baseball caps that with the straps in the back, not the Velcro, but the strap that had the buckle on it. And so I'm going to buy them from them, and I'm going to get some few of them, just a few of them for now, to print one to show everybody what it's going to look like. Because you have to double the stencil up to make sure the print's right. You can't just put a thin stencil to it.
Okay.
You got to have a thick stencil. And I think I have the stencil here. I have it's like that one.
Okay.
And what it is, you have, this is, have to lower it. Two inches below you have to lower it like that to the hat. You can't have it high as that one's going. Cause I had problems putting that hat together when those hats were cheap. That's why.
I got you.
But you have to have lower to the, you see, I'll show you that baseball cap that I got from a friend of mine. This is how I'm supposed to have it. But this is embroidery, but this is an idea. You're supposed to have the hat that low to the brim. You see how that low to the brim is?
Yeah.
You have to have it a little bit higher up with the fill screen when you do it, but that one's embroidery, but supposed to like that. It's supposed to have 2 inches before, 2 inches like where my finger is. It's supposed to be right up to that area. It's a lot of explaining to do. It's hard to explain, but
But you know what you're doing, and that's what it boils down to. It's just a matter of, like you said, putting it forward and making it work for you.
I got the T-shirts done for 24 years doing those. I've done every T-shirt there is polo shirts, soccer shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts. 21 SC had I did a lot of his shirts. I have videos up on my channel for that one. That you can see them on my channel. You can look at them and everything. But I figured my friend of mine told me to change the logo for the video, and I have a video to show that press. Press. Let me see if I have it in here too. I do what I'm looking for. See if I have it. Mm. And that's the logo that I made up the press.
I got you.
And it's not lined up though. I got one that blinks too, is that? No, it's one that blinks. That one. This is over here, it has a blinking one. Show you my blinking banner. Oh, I took it off. That's why I got rid of it. It was bothering. It might have bothered somebody, so I removed it. Sorry.
I got you.
But it was blinking like, you know. But I have a website store too, so I happened to build that too. And the company had the web tools, and they said you can build it yourself and all that stuff. But later on, I get up and going. I'll get them to build a nice store for me later. Right now, you have to do what you have to do.
I understand that entirely.
And so you ever go on the boat fishing?
I do. Actually, the video, that flathead I pulled up, I was going to show you guys is on my buddy's boat. But then I also have a clip of my daughter, if you wanted to see it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I can also show you is that one. Let's see what else. I can also show you my first video so you can see how much how bad it used to be.
Give you a big screen now. You show it to us.
Sure.
You got the full screen, so
let me share my screen here.
I'll give you permission to show it. It's no big deal.
Okay. To be the screen. If you want to go ahead and click that for me so I can pull it up. There we go. Fantastic. That's my daughter.
Okay. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. As you can see right here is her, where it's sticking out is the feeding tube I was talking about.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
this one. So I actually got in trouble. Where we were at, about half an hour west is the next time zone, and I was supposed to be home at 9 o'clock. And so I'm sitting there thinking it's only 8 o'clock. I was supposed to be home at 10 o'clock. I thought it was 9 o'clock, and it wasn't. So
what time was it?
It was an hour off, but it was enough that I was supposed to be home and I was still fishing. But it worked out, because if I had left when I was supposed to, I wouldn't have caught this fish. So things work out.
So where were you fishing in this area?
This is Nickajack Lake. I'm sorry, no, this is Gunnersville Lake below Nickajack Dam.
Oh, okay.
Fishing for catfish in particular. This one happened to be a flathead catfish.
Oh, okay.
And I've only ever caught 2 of them in my whole life. The first one I caught was only about 6 inches long, and then I got this one.
Do you know Tony, that guy that fishes too?
Yeah, Anthony J. all day. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He lives about 4 hours away from me.
Well, that is big. High-fiving you.
Yeah, I was pretty happy. There we go.
Oh wow, that is big.
I say he's about 24 pounds. It was good fish.
You didn't throw it back, did you?
We did.
Oh, you did.
Yep. So I like eating fish, don't get me wrong, but one that's that big, it's the equivalent of eating an old cow. You know what I mean?
Oh, is that right, huh?
Yeah, it's tougher meat. It doesn't. It's got anything that's been soaking in the water has been marinating in it for years. So. And this part of the river I live on is actually they advise you not to eat catfish at all because of the pollutants. So.
Oh, okay. Okay. But it's for fun though.
Must
You
be it.
catch and let it go, right?
Yep. There we go. That's when you're letting it go.
You know Rich, right? The one in Canada too, right?
CFM. Yep.
He catches a lot of fish too.
Yep. I know him and his wife.
Hmm.
I say know them. I know of them. I should say I've never actually met them in person.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. This is me carp fishing. This was the first fishing trip of the previous year.
Hmm.
I'm gonna turn on the music some just because I have Epidemic Sound, so it's copyright free music, but it's
Oh, okay.
you shouldn't get in trouble for it.
Mm-hmm.
But just give me a heads up. And this is actually right downtown Chattanooga, right in front of the aquarium for anybody who's in here that knows where that's at.
You can actually put it on stream now here too. Music too.
Yep.
Like right here.
Yep.
You don't have no problem there either. They won't say nothing about that. They don't even bother with you.
Nope.
Put that on, use your radio. You don't have to put your own music on, use that one. Make sense?
It does. Well, this wasn't a live stream, so I didn't. This is actually like a video, so I actually didn't have access to that music file.
It's all right. But I have them. That's about StreamYard. You can do that, and no problem.
Yeah, that first song you played, I actually was fishing a tournament on StreamYard until we played it. We started dancing to it. It was pretty funny.
Well, this one, how about night driving?
Well, that's gonna put me to sleep.
Daydream.
Yep.
We'll put that back on there.
The only downfall to that spot, the water was so low, and I was using 12-foot rods. And as you can see, they have quite a bit of flex, so they're not very stiff. So it was really hard to land fish so low. I actually, later in this video, I ended up losing a fish while I was trying to net it because I didn't have enough reach. Yep.
Oh yeah, that is pretty big.
26.5 pounds.
Oh wow. So you let that go, right?
Do what? Yeah.
You let that go, right?
Like I pretty much let everything go unless I'm really in the mood for it. Like I tend to keep more crappie and like small catfish.
Oh.
I'm not really a fan of the way bass taste.
Oh, okay.
So I usually let them go too.
I don't know much about fishing, so I wouldn't know. But
sure. This is my first video I ever put up.
Oh, okay. Is that the one that went wrong on you?
No. This the one that went wrong on me was a podcast.
Oh, okay. Well, what happened to the podcast? Did it go out on you? Or?
So I wasn't using StreamYard. I was trying to use OBS Studio.
Oh my God.
I had it all set up. But yeah, so I used to do video gaming and I used to stream it. So I had that going, but I was trying to bring people in to it that weren't at my house, kind of like you do with StreamYard, and it just completely crashed everything. So I ended up having to immediately buy StreamYard because I needed to be able to use my graphics and everything quick. And I was like 25 minutes late, but I was able to get it going again. But it was a mess.
used to have bad Wi-Fi. I used to. I couldn't get my streams going until I fixed it.
Right. Thankfully, where I live, we have fiber optics, which is nice.
Hmm. So you never got pulled into the water, right, by a fish, right?
I have not. I have flipped my kayak though. The very first time I took a kayak out onto the river, not a let me rephrase. First time I took a sit on top fishing kayak out on the river. It was January. It was 55-degree day. It was pretty warm, and it was cold. Creek was flooded. I was like, I'm gonna go fish this spot over here by the dam where the creek feeds into. It's like a 4-mile paddle. I was like, I'm gonna do it, no big deal. So I filmed my intro and everything, and I hopped onto my kayak and went to launch. Well, if you have a sit-in kayak, then a lot of the pre-made kayak launches, you can just sit in and slide down. It's like a tube, and it slides right into the river, no problem. Well, the sit-on-top kayaks, when you do that, because you're going in at an angle, it immediately wants to flip over. And I didn't know that. So I tried it. And yeah, I immediately flipped, broke 2 of my fishing rods, lost a bunch of tackle.
Oh, you didn't get hurt?
No, I was fine. But I had one of those inflatable life vests. It went off, obviously. Get flipped back over, get my kayak up on the bank, with my stuff on the bank, get myself up on the bank. But in the process of getting out of the water, I saw a raccoon float by. I thought it was dead. Eyes were whited over and everything, like the water was really cold. And I get up on the bank and I'm sitting there looking at stuff, looking to see if I see any more fish in there. I see this raccoon. I mean, he's just barely moving, trying to climb up on this log jam, which had a bunch of leaves next to it.
Right.
The leaves were solid enough he could grab them, but it wasn't strong enough to hold his weight. So he kept trying, but kept falling back in. So I jumped back in and threw him up on the bank, and then hopped back up there and held him until he warmed up. Once he started moving around good, I let him go. That way he wouldn't bite me or anything. But that was my crazy boat flip incident. Saved the raccoon while I was at it.
So do you have any clean streams you do go at that you can actually keep the fish and fillet it?
So, if I go about, I don't know, 45 minutes east up into the mountains where the headwaters are, those tend to be cleaner. But I'll be honest, I have kept stuff out of the Tennessee River, but they specifically say don't keep catfish. So I've kept, crappie, I've kept bluegill, kept all the other, a lot of the other species, and ate them just fine. And I know people that have ate catfish out of the Tennessee River their whole entire life, and they're perfectly fine. They're not growing a third arm or anything weird like that. So I'm not saying, don't listen to those regulations, but because they do have them there, I'm more hesitant to keep the fish that are obviously older and have been soaking in that water longer, Ones that are little, like species like catfish that grow really big, really fast. If they're little, they're only like a year or two old, as opposed to 10, 15, 20. So, and especially channel catfish. Channel catfish have until they get to be about a year and a half year old, they have dots on them, which allows you to know they're only like a year old.
So that river toxic that they're giving the.
It's not that it's, like I said, it's not that it's toxic. It's just, it had some stuff spilled into it, and that stuff settles into the bottom of the river. And certain species like catfish, they tend to be closer to the bottom and opportunistically feed off of, dead fish or whatever floating on the bottom.
Right.
And so that's where those suggestions come from, because obviously they're eating, the dead fish or the cut bait or the chopped up fish that come through the dam that gets cut up and whatever, But if that stuff's sitting on the bottom for a long time, then obviously when they're trying to inhale it, they're going to inhale a little bit of dirt and all that stuff because of the way fish feed. And so that's the concern, is that they may have they have a constant contact with that material that's in the riverbed, and that's the difference. Specifically speaking, the one that caused most of these signs lately to be popping up, it was a coal steam plant. And what happened on those steam plants, once they use up the coal, what's left over is like a sludge.
Yeah.
And they have it stored in a basically a pond of just this black sludge. Well, they have a wall that blocks it from going into the river. Well, that wall broke.
Oh, okay.
15 years ago or whatever, and dumped it into the Tennessee River. And that's where a lot of these signs come from, is because of that spill in particular. You have to excuse me for a second. I got a cat in here that's being annoying. All right, sorry about that.
Yeah, like StreamYard, maybe wants to be a center of attention on the on the live streams.
It's actually funny because he cannot stand people. My wife and I are the only two he likes. He doesn't even like my daughter. She's too noisy.
Oh, really?
That's so he runs away from her. It's pretty funny. We actually have 3 cats, a dog, a frog. We had some fish at one point. We're an animal household.
What's the frog's name? Kermit?
No, so we had 2. We named them Pain and Panic because my wife's a big Disney movie fan, and it's the 2 little minions off of Hercules. And one of them died, and she's like, "Well, we can't just keep calling this one by the name that it is. I'd rather just call it something else." We call it's Frog, Frowg, Frog.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why she did that, but that's what she wanted to do. So that's the name of it.
That's funny.
It's I don't know if you ever heard of a White's tree frog. They get to be about the size of the palm of your hand, and they're pretty fat and wrinkly. They're pretty cool looking. But it's cool. It doesn't really do a lot. It kind of just chills there. But and the fish I had a bunch of goldfish. And I had a 55-gallon display tank, and I had a 45-gallon tank that I converted into a sump filter system. So it would siphon off the top tank, overflow into the bottom tank, and then pump back up. And so I had this whole entire giant filtration system set up forever. But that siphon, I'm sure you know this, but if you ever mess with siphons, if you get any kind of an air leak, it completely breaks it. And so the one I had built, some of the glue eventually just wore off, and it made a leak, and I didn't have enough money at the time to replace it. So I had to wait till I got paid again. And by the time I got paid again, the fish all died. So
I have a friend in Joseph Tropical Tanks that has all kinds of fish tanks and everything, and he does awesome. His channel's awesome. He has many fish tanks with different kind of fishes in them.
That was like my dream for a long time, was to have a house with nothing but aquariums. And then after dealing with that big one for a long time, it's like it really can be a full-time job, just taking care of the tanks if you have that many. So for me, it was just a hobby.
Yeah,
but it worked out good, and I enjoyed it, and I still enjoy it, and I'd do it again eventually. But as for now, it's just sitting in the corner at the moment, not got anything in it.
Probably too busy to do that anyway, right?
Right now, yeah. I told my wife once the summer hits and we get we got a boat we're working on too. Once I get that fixed, I might turn that aquarium into a bait tank. Keep some bluegill or shiners or something in it. That way I don't have to worry about going and finding them the day before. I can just go scoop them out of the tank and go. As long as I'm fishing the same lake that they came out of, I'm not breaking any laws that way. So.
My friend buys expensive fishes and put them in a fish tank, and they're expensive.
There's some people that spend thousands of dollars on a single fish. I'm like, I can't afford that.
Yeah, Joseph does that kind of, buys expensive fishes and stuff, and he has the money anyway because he has a big business going. So that's his hobby. He likes his fishes, so he makes videos on this channel and about the fishes here, the nice fish tanks. I mean, these things are expensive fish.
Yeah. probably the most expensive fish I ever bought. I think I spent $35 on a fish once. It was a specific goldfish my wife liked. And I've had tropical fish too, not just goldfish, but that was the last tank I had. I did the goldfish because they get kind of big. They move around a lot, and whatnot. And it was going to be that display tank was what was currently in my living room at the time. So I was using it, that way I didn't have the TV on all the time. If I had people over and whatnot, have a conversation piece kind of thing. But like I said, the siphon broke, and due to lack of money, I wasn't able to fix it in time, so all the fish died. But it's part of it.
Yeah. So how long you known swirl magnet fishing and outdoors?
Oh, I don't know. I met him first on Pontoon Jody Catfishing's channel. I'd say I've known her for 3 years now, so I've known of him for probably 2.5. But actually, like getting to know him through chat and whatnot, probably about 2, on and off, if I had to guess, something like that. And he helped me out a lot. He put a lot of videos out about. He does a lot of crappie fishing too, so he did some videos about side scan and finding crappie and stuff like that. I learned a lot from him from that too, which was nice. Because even though I fish from a kayak, having a fish finder on the kayak is kind of new for me. Because I used to just go out and just cast the trees and whatnot, and just drift aimlessly across the lake if I was fishing the bottom. But ever since getting that fish finder and learning how to use it, it's been an excellent tool to up the amount of fish I've caught.
I knew John for a long time.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Busy guy though. He works at his job, and he says, "Oh, you can't go online if you're working here because you're not allowed to. So he can't come up on the banner when he's working." One night he did because no one was there, but
yeah, I my job's the same way. I've been on a couple times on Hog Legs channel a few times. Because that's like he said, that's the quietest part of the day. There's nobody else there. Or, I'm the first one there. Or everybody still half asleep, trying to drink their coffee, and they don't really care. Once the bosses show up, it's go time. Be serious. Can't do anything at all.
Yeah.
So not that it's any different. Some people are like, oh, you can't do that because your output changes. No, I do just as many. I can do just as many parts running that machine with the phone running as I can with it being off, because it's. For the most part, I load the part in. Once I get it set up, I load the part in. I push some buttons, pull a couple levers, and I watch it go back and forth. Because I pretty much run a lathe right now at this point. And so as the part's going back and forth, I'll have to feed in a little bit as it gets that material removed, and so it can go down further. But a part could take me 35 minutes to an hour to do anyway, and a lot of sitting and waiting.
I do a live stream from my studio usually too. So I got cameras in my studio, and I do the shirt printing. I got the cameras on the shirts when I do them. And
that's cool.
So I have all homemade tripods too. I made them. They're built into the table, and I hang them.
Yeah,
my webcams down on them.
Yeah, I bought some of those cheap tripods. Man, they could use some work. They're definitely very flimsy. And I mean, they work good in the sense that if I leave it at the riverbank or something like that, I'm not gonna be heartbroken because they're cheap. But there's definitely been days where like the wind blew just right and it just knocked everything over and stuff like that. That a handmade one or a well built one wouldn't do.
Yeah, I just built them into the table I use for the presser. A friend of mine gave me a wooden table, nice one, and I built the presser on top of it and put the press together on the table and everything, and just used it for the. Now it's built into the table now, but I put the homemade tripods up and hooked like 2 or 3 webcams up to each part of each press. Where you can I could do 4 shirts an hour with that press if I really wanted to, because it's like 4 presses. One screen would take one shirt part of the front, and the other second screen would do the second part of the back. So if you use 2 presses for 2 shirts a piece, like for both fronts. You can do 2 fronts and 2 backs at the same time. The 1 screen, 1 or 2 screens. So it's just.
So you said you do 4 shirts an hour?
I could if I had to, but every time I say I'm doing it, I always use 1 press to do 4 shirts an hour. So I just, because it does use 1 screen anyway, so it doesn't matter what you do. I did 78 shirts in 2 days. So
that's a lot of shirts.
And I did this contractor's shirts. He bring these flimsy orange ones on, the sweat-proof ones.
Yeah.
And they have the holes in them. Oh my gosh, that shirt's delicate. You gotta watch what you're doing with those shirts. They split on you if you don't.
Just gonna burn right through it. Yeah.
No, they don't burn right through. They splinter when you're printing them. The string comes out of them. Oh my God, you had to do like walking on eggshells and you print on those things.
I got you. So what is your ideal shirt composition? I guess.
How many amount? What do you mean amount?
Well, okay, so obviously you have a minimum. I'm assuming you have a minimum order size, but like, do you prefer cotton? Do you prefer polyester? Does it make a difference? I mean,
I do cotton. I do polyester. I do polo shirts, soccer shirts.
Which ones do you prefer though? Do you have is there one that you just like? This is really easy to work with. I like this.
Like the shirt you're wearing right there is easy to work with.
Okay.
That you're wearing right now.
Just a plain cotton t-shirt.
Yeah, you can get polyester and cotton together. 50-50 they call them. Yeah, or heavy duty shirts, it's mostly cotton.
I got you.
And I did 10 or 15 shirts for 21SC.
Mm-hmm.
They're gray ones, and I use that bare navy blue ink on them.
Yeah.
I do small orders too. But as you can see some on the videos I made. I got a lot of shirts printed up. I can show you. You really want to see some?
Sure.
I'll go get some and pick them up and bring them in here. I got 21SC shirt with me too, so I can show you his.
Cool.
Let me get this press out of here. Okay, get this out of here. Okay. Only thing I don't have is the shirts I started out with the business. I never made no videos on them. All right, here's one of the guys that were in the what was he? Wasn't too in off Attleboro or something. He was fixing these houses up and selling them.
Gotcha.
And then he brought a card over, and I put it off a business card and made this up.
Nice.
That was one of them. Now, 21SC shirt is his shirt that I have to make a lot of them. And that's the front part.
Okay.
Logo I made for the front. A friend of his drew this out, but I had to fix the lettering on the knobs because they were so small you couldn't see them.
Right.
And I had to do that one. That's what I had to. I made a lot of his shirts. Now this is a young kid on YouTube. I don't know if you're too familiar with him. He was like 15 or something like that years old, and he was doing dumpster diving. That's Scrapping with Matt.
Okay. Yeah,
And
I don't know of him.
he's still on you. He's big. The channel's huge.
I got you.
And this guy, you ever heard of Bernie Newfoundlander?
Nope, I don't think so.
That's his shirt right there. I made him,
Gotcha.
and he breeds dogs, Newfoundlanders. That's the
Nice.
dog picture in the back.
Very nice.
And that was someone that had that picture online that allowed you to have it for free. And I have a lot more shirts, but I don't want to take them all out because I see when the shirts I first did, I wasn't on YouTube when I did them.
I got you.
Because some of them you never seen. I did a shirt for suicide awareness. A nurse that had a brother that committed suicide because of mental health. I did some shirts for a mental health facility. And I did one guy, it was a blacksmith, which he was working himself without sleeping. So what happened to him, he gave me this logo and he didn't spell it right. And I didn't correct him. So the guy got rid of all his shirts that I made him. What a waste of money. And then let's see. I have contractor shirts that I have. And one of my friends is still wearing the shirts I made him in '08. The shirts are still in good shape. So, he's still wearing them over the UK where he lives in Northern Ireland. So he still has the old shirts. So it's still, but this website ain't up and running anymore.
Right.
But that shirts I can do with my eyes closed. How good I am about it. So I could do shirts like no tomorrow. No, really, real easy. So your logo's a cartoon is a picture.
I'm sorry, what?
Is your logo that you have, is that an avatar? Is that a picture or a cartoon?
It's a cartoon. It's buddy of mine made it for me. It's just a yak holding a fish in his mouth and with a paddle.
Oh, okay. That's funny what that was.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like I said, it's a fishing thing. It's just something funny. It wasn't meant to be anything serious. I'll probably never change it though because everybody knows it now. At this point.
Why would you? It looks cool. I like it myself.
Yeah, and it works out good. I can't complain. And my wife helped me with it too. There's a company called Yak Gear. They have a similar logo. It's just the yak head with the fish in the mouth. That's what gave me the idea for the fish in the mouth thing. But their yak, it has the bunch of hair over its eyes.
Oh, okay.
So it's quite a bit different. But I had one drew up, just a basic one I had drawn up, and I gave it to a buddy of mine. He's like, well, I'll see what I can do. And that's what he came up with.
That's nice, though. Yeah.
But he's the one he's actually the one that printed these shirts for me too. But he's the one I knew about screen printing a little bit from because I helped him in his shop.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
To help pay for it. He had me work some of it off. So
that's cool. Did a good job with the logo though.
Thank you. But his, rather than be yours, like you have the single shirt presses. He has the giant. I think it has eight tables that it rotates and stamps, and so he can put multiple screens and print them that way. But then he has this giant conveyor dryer, and that thing broke on him one day. That's what I'm talking about. You building your machines. I'm sure it would be a lot easier for you to fix yours if it broke.
Mine never breaks.
But I'd say his broke, and he had to wire it and take it apart and all kinds of stuff. It was a nightmare.
See, I could build a press like that too, wood too, but I don't want to go out of that stream. I could put another one, but I just like the way it is.
And like I said, it takes a lot of space too. The fact that you can do yours pretty much anywhere is pretty nice.
Especially my hat press, you go to a flea market and print the hats up there.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It would definitely it definitely has its appeal.
Mm-hmm. It took a lot of work building that thing. It took maybe 2 years to build it because I'm very picky. And
it was done right though.
Yeah.
And like you said, other than
four,
replacing a part or two, you'll never have to rebuild it, really.
my 4 color press is the Lazy Susan, the other one. It goes
Yeah.
around.
Mhm.
And I put a lock into it. Made me all lock it down when I don't want it to move.
Yeah.
And there's no parts in it that's gonna break. That's the reason why I want to buy one. Because they break and they wear out, and then what you have to do is run to someone to get it. Mine will
Yeah.
never break down.
And like you said, we were talking about Temu and on other sites earlier, a lot of stuff arguably made to break nowadays, so
Yeah,
keeping that in mind, if you can make it from scratch or make it better, I mean, you're going to be better off 9 times out of 10.
yeah. I'll never go out and buy no pots for mine. Mine don't take pots.
Right.
So they're all polyurethane. The wood's good and waterproof. And the stop sign, my brother-in-law cut it out for me, make a new one up and polyurethane that all up and this lined up all the presses. I still want to do some work on that press though. Still, I want to make the boards bigger.
Okay.
I want to make it they're 4 by 16, but I want to make like 4 by 20 or something each one of them to make them bigger for a shirt to
Right.
for the shirt to be bigger. And
Well, having that bigger table like that makes it so you can put bigger graphics on it too, right? Not just, or is it more of a convenience sake?
I have big screens. Like I got one like by 24 by 24.
Yeah. So
that's why I made this guy's shirt from 21SC.
Yeah.
I bought the 2 screens. I rescreened them because the screens got damaged. I know how to rescreen my own screen, so I put my own screens in, and that's how I made his on that screen. That 24 by 24, and
it looks good.
And this heat press did all the work. I don't have to take the shirts off the heat press, off the t-shirt press. Just sits on the shirt and cures them.
Yeah.
I had a metal heat press that this one kicked its butt and put it in retirement. The other one ain't working no more. It's slow.
I got you.
And this is a high speed one, so it's 400 degrees. And it cures the shirts pretty quick. It heats up fast, cures them quick, and take them off the press. You put another one down, print them. I put tracing paper on top of the shirt, lay this on top of the logo. It dries it all up for like maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and that's it. That's all it takes.
Nice.
So I had no problem, no press breakdown, no sit back and wait for a pot to come in. No want that.
Yep, good to go.
I didn't want that to happen. I said, those presses are too much money, and they make it to wear out, just like a dishwasher. They make pots wear out, and then you have to run and buy a pot, and who knows what they charge for an arm and a leg for a pot.
That's a halftime. It's almost cheaper to buy a new machine than it is to get a part.
That's why if they bought their book here, right? This book here,
yeah,
it has a press in this book that shows you how to build it, and you will need one. Is that?
Yep.
See, I would have used his, but that press is too big for my shop. I couldn't fit it in my shop.
Right.
The measurements are too big.
If you did have his, how many shirts could you make?
Like 4 an hour.
So it's still roughly the same amount of time.
Yeah.
Even though his is bigger. That's pretty impressive. If you have a smaller machine, you can still keep the same output.
Mm-hmm. I go through shirts like you put nice two butter. I can just pull one shirt down, print them, cure it, put another shirt down, print them.
Yeah.
I did 78 shirts in like 2 days.
It's a lot of shirts.
I did like 101. What was it? 78. Let me see, like 60 one day, and I did the rest the next day. And I went right through them. I said, the guy said, "You're all done with them already." I had like 25 T-shirts, some orange ones I was telling you about.
Yeah.
And those things were very delicate. Now the guy, he told me, this is how confused this guy was. It was very confusing. I did all his logos for his front of his shirt. You know what he did? He called me up and said, "Oh, can you put a number on the front of the shirt too?" So I had half of them done.
Yeah.
And he said he wanted me to make a number to put it on the shirt. So I said, sure, no problem. I coated it with emulsion and burnt the number into a screen. I made a faux logo, but I didn't want the top of the logo to use. I didn't care about that. I just needed the number. So I lined it up to a shirt that I already printed, and I kept printing them all day, and I kept printing them. I got them all done, cured each shirt, and I said, I got all 25 done, but because I had to put like the numbers on all the front of the shirts, and it didn't take long at all. Like I had like maybe 40 done in one day, and it was like no, not 40 done. What was it? 28. I think it was 19 of them. I had 25 of them. And one day I had a bunch of them done, And after a while, the next day, all the 25 were all completed. The front of them, I mean. And then I went and did all of them, half of them in one day, the back parts. I kept printing them like this.
Yeah.
And I keep printing them. I have the order done in one day. Because I forgot what time it was. I kept going and going and going and going. And time it came, it was like 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And I half them done. I said, oh, shoot, these are almost done. And he had like big jackets. I couldn't do the logo on the sleeve because I had to rebuild my sleeve press because the shirt was, the coats were so thick they couldn't put them on a press to press them.
I got you.
So the guy said, you can't do the logo on the sleeve? I said, no, you bought too big. You bought these coats that were so thick you couldn't put them on a press to print them. And I had to build the press over. Then I said, I could have done them on that press, but I figured, what the hell, I don't want to bother with these. I'll give them back to him. I'll let him get embroidery done to him. I don't care. At the time, I didn't have that press built, but I do it now. I have it now. But I have the big one made now, but that's in case someone else comes by and needs them.
With another thick shirt, thick jacket.
Yeah. I had to do the circle on the sleeve for him.
Yeah.
I didn't wash the screens out, and it's still in my shop. I didn't get the chance to wash them out. He wanted the abbreviated letters for his business on the sleeve. And I have the other screen that has a logo on the front that was used a number on it. I have the whole screen still in the shop. I didn't get a chance to wash them out. Yeah, I will at some point. But
what do you have to use to wash those out anyway? I'm assuming something relatively strong to be able to break that paint down, especially after it dries. But
no, a degreaser.
Is it just degreaser? That's it.
Just coat it with spray the screen with degreaser and have a power washer, and they're gone.
I got you.
I don't buy no emulsion remover. I could. I'm going to be buying some soon though, but I might stop buying it again. But I use the degrease the screen. And you ever heard of the place named RileNet?
No.
They told me buy the degreaser. You don't have to buy no emulsion remover. Just degrease the screen, and it automatically comes off the screen without using an emulsion remover. So I was buying that stuff, and I never had to buy any stuff like the emulsion remover.
I got you.
It breaks it down, takes it right off.
I'll say if it works, then you're good to go. That's one of those good companies.
That's who's teaching everybody how to do T-shirts. They didn't teach me. I learned myself. But
right. Well, I remember you were talking about earlier about how you bought the hats from the one company that were trash, and you bought the one of the heat things was the site you bought it off of was garbage, even though it was a good company.
No, the whole thing is I bought this. This is beautiful. This press is good, but they kept jumping up the prices on them.
Yeah.
I wanted to buy another one like this, and they said, "Oh, you have to pay more money for them." I said, "You idiots!" Then I searched the web and found another company that gives you a cheaper price than they give you, and the hat press is like $34 for it. Heat press for the hats. They make mug presses. They make all kinds of presses for them. Mug, you can make your own cups with your logos on them, and then I'm gonna buy one of those later. They make cups too.
Yeah, I looking forward to getting some more of that stuff done at some point from somebody. Just because eventually, I'm gonna have the store going on the channel once it grows some more.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I made a big push, making a big push this year, and it's doing pretty good so far. So,
all right, here's an idea I gave the people. Right,
all right,
some people are on YouTube using Teespring. All right, the worst company you ever can do. They make garbage. Okay, garbage. I had a lot of YouTubers tell me this that dealt with me and not with them. What is it now? They have another person printing their baseball caps, and they print shirts. And I had one guy that had to tell them that to correct them, they were making a bad print on the shirt. So I tell people on YouTube, this is what I tell them, and this is what I tell people. They don't listen to me, but I tell them this. I said, if they dealt with me, right, you can buy all the shirts you need from me, and then when you get them, you can sell them yourself to whoever you want them, and sell them whatever price you want to jack it up. I told them that you can be your own middleman. You don't need them to do your shirts. You do your own work. You sell them your own. You can be your own merchant. And I tell them this, and some people didn't listen. You sign a paper with them, you get crap. Okay, you pay nothing, you get nothing. You're getting them, and you don't pay anything. You're getting them for almost nothing. You're making a lousy $1.50 for a shirt. How can anyone make money like that?
You can't.
And I said you could be your own merchant, get like 25 shirts made from me, 15 to 20 a piece. 3XLs are 15. I mean 20, and an extra large and small medium extra large are 15, and you can sell them for more money.
And I'm about to say, if you got a good shirt, I mean, if you sold it $25, that's still a $5 profit in your pocket.
No, but if someone wanted a shirt made, I charge them 15, whatever they want to charge for them after they're done with me. I don't care. Make your money. I tell them that. Make your money. If you want to charge them 25 a piece for the shirt on your channel, it's up to you. It's all up to you. I charge them one price. That's it. Once it leaves me, they sell them for more money. It's their prerogative. I give them that option, and they say, "Oh, well, we like to deal with them. They get crap for what you get. Then you pay nothing, you get crap, because YouTube and them are cahoots with each other. That's why. Right. And they can't sue me over this because I got proof to stand by what I say. So I'm not worried about it.
I got you.
They can't sue over the truth because the truth will set you free. They even got to complain on the web about their business, and it's bad. Some people get shirts made by them, they wouldn't return their money. And some people didn't get their shirts shipped out, they never got them. What kind of company is that? Stupid company.
That's not a good one, that's for sure.
And I got a good 4-star rating, so I have no problem. A 4-star rating, people get their shirts. 21SC got all his shirts delivered right to his house, and you know how to use the ship? Pirate Ship.
What's that?
You never heard of that?
No, I haven't.
It's an account you can make up a label, use a debit card to pay for the ship. It's pretty cheap. And you can put say if you want to ship some shirts out to someone, for your channel, right? You get Pirate Ship's a free account. They call it Pirate Ship. And you can use your debit card. You have a business account with the money in it. You can make a label, stick it on the box. UPS will come by your house, pick it up, ship it to whoever you ship it to, and there you go. Or from your house you can call them up and set a pickup from them. And Pirate Ships has a pickup thing. You can arrange a pickup. And they come right to your house. They pick it up. They ship it right out. They get it. No problem.
Yeah, I just pulled it up. I'll definitely check it out. And free is good.
Yeah. And if you have your own channel and you go on and sell your merch, that's the way you ship them out. Get a postal scale at the post office. I got one here, and they're very cheap. the electronic they plug into your tower.
Uh-huh.
They weigh the packages out. Then pirate ship, you type it in, and they give you a cheap price and they ship it out.
Like I said, I'll definitely check that one out for sure.
Yeah.
Before what I was doing is most of the stuff I've sold was local sales, but on ones that did ship, I was doing those flat rate boxes because at least then I knew as long as I could fit it in a box, it would ship for that price.
Mm-hmm. They got them too. They got a post office thing in there too.
Okay.
They got UPS and USPS. But I
Gotcha.
like UPS. They're better. They don't steal your items. Want to hear something that happened to me?
What happened?
John, right? You remember your friend Maggie Fishing Outdoors? John,
Yeah.
the one you know. I was shipping him some Twizzlers to him, right? The post office stole them. The guy ate them. And I told him, I said, lucky I didn't put laxative in them. He would have been putting his butt cheeks closed and shitting in his pants. I would have, if I knew they were going to steal them, I would have put laxative right in those Twizzlers.
I bet.
They would have got it good. I told him, I said, if I knew they were going to steal them, I would have put laxative in those Twizzlers.
Wow.
And see if you see someone holding his cheeks together. They stole them. They shipped them. They scanned them, and then they ate them.
That's something else.
That's Pennsylvania for you.
That is something else. I almost moved to Pennsylvania. When I got laid off this last round, I got a buddy up there who offered me a job. And if it wasn't for my daughter has some with her being so early and everything, she qualified for some financial assistance stuff. If it hadn't been for that, I probably would have moved because it would have been something I was more interested in doing. It would have been operating a plasma cutting table, which would have been cool. But I turned it down because daughter's health is important. So
yeah, your family's always important, especially your child and your wife, and you gotta take care of them. And it's sad what's the matter with her. I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, she's doing fine, man. Like I said, there's no need to apologize. I'm extremely happy with where she's come from because she's come a long ways, for sure. Like I said, she was a pound 4 ounces. Most babies range between 7 and 12 pounds when they're born, and she could literally fit in my hand. That's how small she was.
Yeah, but it's too bad that the schools had to be like that to you, though. Doing that to you and how they were treating her and stuff.
Yeah, it's all good. We honestly private daycare. Like if you find somebody that does it out of their house or whatever, is a million times better. But the problem is most of them do it since they're not a business. They don't have a business license. They're mostly it's just counted like tips and wages for like a waitress, for their salaries and whatnot. You as a parent can't file it as taxes or as a tax deduction, whereas daycares you can. Now, obviously, there's benefits to both, right? Like with the daycares, there's more kids there typically, so my daughter gets more association with kids and more exposure to more people, which is both good and bad. I mean, obviously, exposure to more people can mean more illness, but it can also mean more growth, which has been huge for her. So it's been good. So I have no problem putting her in a daycare, but yes, I would like it if the daycare just treated her like a normal kid.
Right.
Because in the long run, she is. Yeah, she's a little behind. So, yeah, she's probably in the age group below what she should be. But other than that, she's completely normal. Right. Laughs, cries, plays, crawls, whatever, just like anything else.
Did you see Tasha's grandson?
I have not yet. I have not seen a picture of him.
Want to see a picture?
Sure.
I got one.
I was told he was a cutie.
Oh, yeah, he is. You get it off me. She gave me pictures of it, so I'll show you them. Get down here. All right. Here's one of them.
Oh, yeah. Full head of hair, too. He's got more hair than I got. That's cute.
Let me see if I can get all the pictures. She gave me some more, too. Get this thing out of here. We'll go to Instagram.
Yeah, he's definitely a cutie.
I'll show you some more pictures of her too. To him though, I think. My phone's dying. I sit this thing down so long I forget to put it on the charge. It's dying. Oh, what the heck? If it dies, I'll just put it back on charge. I got 2 phones I have anyway. Come on, you lazy phone. Pick up yourself and
One for business and one for personal, or just 2 to have?
yeah, one's for business. I have a card reader on it.
I got you.
Here's one.
Oh yeah.
And there's Tasha right there.
She's a nice lady. I like talking to her.
And there's another one.
He is cute. Cute as a button.
I know, there's another one. Tasha likes taking pictures.
That's awesome.
Let's see what the other ones there.
Yeah, like I said, Tasha's a nice lady. One of her last live streams where she was fishing, I got a chance to talk to her for like an hour and a half.
She's a good friend of mine.
Yeah, she's definitely good people.
Let me show you some more pictures. She gave them on her Instagram page. It shows them. Where is it? There's some more. Right pictures. Right. Let's see. I got dog pictures of her dog too. That's the first one when she first came home.
She's not happy at all. No, she can't stand to hold that kid.
So I have more of them. I don't know what happened to other ones. There were more kids' pictures. Where did they all go anyway? That's crazy.
Like I said, she's an awesome lady.
Mm-hmm.
She's always been very nice to me.
Mm-hmm. Guess you can keep them, I guess. I don't know what happened to them. But anyway. Yeah, she spoils that kid, and
No, not at all.
she does. She tells me she spoils him. She can't leave him alone. She likes to hold him all the time, and the daughter's the same way. So, hey, they're good, you know.
My dad told me when my wife was pregnant, was that he was like this. It's my turn. I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, I cannot wait to spoil that kid and send her home. Get her all hyped up on sugar and candy and send her home. Thanks, Dad. She's a mess. So my daughter's the first. She's our first kid, obviously. But she's the first grandchild and great grandchild on my wife's side of the family, and she's the first great grandchild on my dad's side of the family. So she's definitely spoiled too.
She holds her on the channel all the time when she's live.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. I said, when she's doing the live stream, she's holding the child, you know what I'm saying? And I said, oh, yeah, I'm holding this, she says. And I said, most definitely. And she's talking away. And then the daughter said, let me have my, she said, no, I'm not letting this baby out of my house. You can wait, she says to her. It made me laugh.
Yeah. Well, like you said, talking. Tasha could definitely talk. She's definitely a talker.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of wife and kiddo, my wife and daughter will be getting home any minute. So I'm going
to
get off here in a few minutes. But I still got a few minutes to go. I was giving you a heads up.
Yeah, that's no problem. Nice having you up here.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you letting me come up here and chit-chat. You know,
you're always welcome to come back and chit-chat some more if you like.
I appreciate that. And, I really do. I try to tune in when I can. It doesn't always work out, but
There's the 2 dogs. There's Bear and there's Remy.
They're cute too.
That dog's so big, it broke her chair before she told her recliner. The big dog Remy broke it, and then Bear's jealous over the cats. And the cats come up near Tasha. He jumps up on them. Get him off that cat, she says. And that dog is so jealous, that white one. And then here's a funny thing. The baby the daughter had. This dog protects that little baby.
That happens more often than people like to talk about. I have another my older dog I had. She just passed away, but when she was around, it was the same way with Josie. And then another friend of mine. It's actually funny. His dog had never met my daughter until we went down a while back to visit him. And same thing. He was protective of her to their other dog. Like their other dog wasn't allowed around her at all. It's pretty crazy.
Won't let the cats near her or nothing. It pushes the cats on the floor.
Yeah.
You won't let no one near that kid. You say, I ain't getting near that kid. If you get out of here.
Right. That's pretty funny.
She protects that dog protects that child. Josh will tell you that. That dog watches over that baby like you wouldn't believe. The white one here, that one there, that little small dog, he protects that little baby like its own.
That's cool.
Really something. It's cute,
Yeah.
All right, so I'll let you off here and you can get ready to do what you have to do, all right? I'll give you up.
Sure.
And I'll talk to you again, all right? Take care. And
sounds good. Thank you. And
tell your wife and I said hello and
will do.
And take care of the little precious one. And
thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks again for having me up, and I will catch you around later.
Yeah, you're always welcome to come up again sometime.
Thank you, sir. Take it easy, Wayne.
You too. Bye. All right, we're going to end the stream now, folks. We're going to get off here. Everybody have a good day, and we'll try to get on here again at 7 tonight, and we'll be back at 7 o'clock. So everybody have a good night, and God bless everybody, and take care. Have a good day.